right. A little bit of a late start here today, but we are here trying to get things adjusted. Welcome to the Your Book, Your Voice coffee chat. Just checking all the connections. Hopefully, things are working here. We've been having issues on LinkedIn, unfortunately. YouTube's been great. Love it. YouTube's been great. But I tell you, LinkedIn has not been very cooperative, and I don't understand what the deal is. All right, here we go. I think LinkedIn is working. About time. All right, my friends. Thank you for joining Coffee Chat. This is the Your Book, Your Voice Coffee Chat. I am Robert A. Lane. I'm an audiobook coach and producer, specializing in helping nonfiction authors create an audiobook that you actually, as a nonfiction author, narrate in your own voice, which is very, very important. Welcome, Instagram. Welcome, LinkedIn. Of course, it's looking like it's freezing again. Man, that is so frustrating. YouTube's great. YouTube is great. I appreciate that for sure. But LinkedIn, I don't know what the deal is. And I've been trying to get this thing to work and just having issues. All right. Anyway, glad you're here. We have a great topic for you today for the coffee chat, calling it Fight, Flight, or Freeze. And it's very important to think about this. I know as an author and an entrepreneur, you may come into situations to where you are just put in a pressure situation. And it's happened to me in the corporate world. It does happen to you. Definitely happened to me as an entrepreneur running my own business, Robert Lane Coaching, of course. But it happens. And it also happens to authors when it comes to narrating your audiobook. Because what happens is that you do get into fight, flight, or freeze because something is uncomfortable and something can be very intense. And in regards to audiobook narration, that can be something that does put you in a fight, flight, or freeze position because of lack of confidence, of feeling, again, intense fear of speaking. Some people do have fear of speaking, fear of public speaking, fear of talking into a microphone even. You can be an incredible writer and a great author, but when it comes to expressing yourself with your own voice, sometimes that can elicit a fight, flight, or freeze situation. So how do you deal with it? Have you come across any type of situation like that? Feel free to comment and let me know. I'd love to hear about your experiences and some of the things that you've done to overcome this. Before we dive into that, though, I do want to mention that, of course, I do a podcast, the Your Book, Your Voice podcast, every Thursday, and we do this live. This isn't pre-recorded like many podcasts are. This is done live, so it gives you an opportunity to participate in the podcast. And the topic that we're going to be talking about tonight, because it is every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, we do it live on the Bold Brave TV YouTube channel. The episode is called I Believe. Do you really? I believe. Do you really? Believing in yourself, believing in, and again, talking about confidence, and really the fight, flight, or freeze topic for today's coffee chat kind of leans into the deep dive that I'm going to be doing on the podcast tonight. So I would love to have you join me. Again, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific time on the Bold Brave TV YouTube channel. It's the best place to catch the podcast live. There is a link on my profile page that you can check out. And of course, here on YouTube and LinkedIn, if LinkedIn decides to work, it looks like it's frozen, but at least on YouTube, you can definitely go to the YouTube or the Bold Brave TV YouTube channel and check out the podcast live tonight. We'd love to have you join. All right. So, Fight, Flight, or Freeze. Now, when I wrote my book, Lights, Action, You, this book was actually focused. When I started Robert Lane Coaching, I started off as a career and life coach. and share tools and techniques on how to navigate through any kind of work situation and how to, accomplish the things that you want to accomplish in life. And I do have a chapter in here that I wrote about this exact topic that we're talking about, which is called fight, flight, or freeze. And I share a situation when I was working in the corporate world, actually, at 20th Century Fox. Again, a job is a job. Doesn't matter whether it was at a major movie studio or if it's, anywhere, any type of job situation, you are thrown into things that can trigger fight, flight, or freeze. And as an author, as a nonfiction author, this is your business. This is your, profession, right? You're not a hobbyist, you're a professional. All right. So, let me check on something here. So that's the other thing that's funny about YouTube is that I have it set up to be able to check out comments, and I'm not seeing any comments come up, though I just think that, or see that something did happen. Technology, I tell you. Anyway, what I do want to let you know is that when you do hit that fight, flight, or freeze, even as an author, okay, even as an author, that does happen, okay? Creating and writing your book, you might end up in a situation. I'm just trying to do something here real quick. Sorry about the interruptions here. I just want to find what I'm looking for on YouTube, because I do want to, here we go. Let's just go to here. And here, got it. All right, that's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. All right. There we go. All right. Anyway, so I do write about it in my book, and I just wanted to share with you some things that you can do to help you overcome any types of fears that may happen. All right. Even as an author, when you're writing your book, publishing your book, especially doing your audiobook, you may feel this where it's like, oh man, I don't know. Can I do this? Can I really do this? So there is something that I want to share with you. And it's one of my catchphrases about dealing with fear. And if you want to pick up the book, please do. Lights action you. And it's this. Let me share this catchphrase with you. It's one of my infamous catchphrases. I got a whole ton of them. All right. Face it, embrace it, purge it, replace it. Okay, that's my catchphrase in regards to dealing with fear. So if you're ever presented or be put in a situation where you have to deal with fear, face your fear, embrace your fear, purge your fear, and replace it. Okay, so facing your fear is just, you're facing it head on. It's like you're acknowledging this fear. Okay, face it. All right, so think about that. All right, you're acknowledging the fear, and another thing, a way to acknowledge your fear is to get down to the root cause. Figure out what is it, right? What is it that is actually causing you to have this feeling? All right, that's facing your fear. Embracing your fear, that's the second part. Embracing is where you are acknowledging it and saying, okay, I'm embracing it. And I don't like to say confronting, because confrontation is negative. We want positivity. So just embrace it and understand that you're getting down to the root cause. When you purge your fear, that means that you are moving it aside. Not that it necessarily goes away completely. You can say, I'm going to purge my fear. But, it does take some work to be able to do that. When you purge your fear, you're moving it aside to face it, embrace it, purge it, replace it, right? The next phase, replacing your fear with positivity, because what you want to do is ingrain some positivity. And you can replace your fear. One of the easiest things to do, of course, is affirmations. Give yourself something positive to say about yourself or about anything that deals with that fear. So, in regards to audiobook narration, right? Some people are afraid of narrating their own audiobook. And I say all nonfiction authors need to narrate your own audiobook, because no one can speak your story better than you. but maybe you have a fear of doing that. And I come across this with a lot of clients that I work with who I help create their audiobooks and help them do a great audiobook narration. And a lot of things that happen are fear. There's a lot of fear. And it's getting over that. So when you replace those fears with affirmations, saying things like, I am a great narrator. I have a great story to tell. I love my voice. I have a great voice. No one can tell my story better than me. When you start building your confidence that way, then you will do a great audiobook narration. And that is just really important, because what takes an audiobook from being just mediocre to one that is fan-frickin-tastic is when you are able to have the confidence to do a great narration, and believing in yourself is key, and having that confidence is key. So you don't want to be in a fight, flight, or freeze situation. You want to fight it, right? And you don't want to run away from it, and you don't want to freeze, okay? You want to embrace it. So face it, embrace it, purge it, replace it. That's my catchphrase in regards to dealing with fears, whether you're an author, whether you are doing your audiobook, and just in life in general, because we all get thrown into situations where where it's really intense, right? And you have to figure out, okay, what am I going to do? How am I going to deal with this? All right, how am I going to deal with this? So face it, embrace it, purge it, replace it. Face your fear, embrace your fear, move it aside. Purging it, this means moving it aside and then replacing it with some positive affirmations, right? You want to put those positive thoughts and feelings into your subconscious, because that's what's going to get you to do a great narration. Now, remember, when you are narrating your audiobook, the best thing that you can do is be authentic and be yourself and have that confidence. And tapping into the emotion, right? The reason why you wrote your book in the first place, that core reason, your reason why, you're bringing that forth in your audiobook narration. So embrace it, right? Don't let fear overcome. Don't let fear be a barrier. Push it aside, and you can do it. If you do have a published nonfiction book and you are looking to turn it into an audiobook, by all means, please reach out to me. You can always go to robertlanecoaching.com to find out more about the Your Book, Your Voice audiobook coaching program, which is a one-on-one program that I work with you, okay? We work together one-on-one. There are video lessons and downloadable PDFs, reference materials and all that. But what I do is I take you through the entire process. I take you through the entire process of setting up your own recording space, which I provide the professional equipment for you, which is yours to keep, showing you and teaching you how to do a great audiobook narration, and then getting you published on Audible, Amazon, and Apple for sure, because you need to be on those three distribution platforms. Have to be. If there are other distribution platforms that you want to be on, then by all means, go ahead and let me know, because we do talk about these things. All right. All right. So all you need to do is just book a call with me. You can go to robertlanecoaching.com. I'll keep that scrolling on the bottom for those of you on YouTube. Instagram, just go to my profile page. There's the link there. Go to the link. Book a consultation call with me. All right. I'm going to throw up another graphic here for those of you on YouTube. And it's also in the description as well on YouTube. So go to bit.ly/audiobook onboarding. That's my calendar. Let's talk about your book. Let's get you enrolled, and you can have your audiobook narrated and recorded by you as your coach. I help you with that. And as an audio editor, I clean up your audio, because you have to have your audio book edited and cleaned up and made sure that it meets the exact specifications before publication. All right, so you have to have that. So that's all provided for you. And by the end of the 6-week program, that's right, only 6 weeks, you can have your audiobook done and published. All right, so I just wanted to throw that out there for you. And again, you can go to robertlanecoaching.com to find out more information about the audiobook coaching program. So again, don't let fears stop you in business, in anything that you do, not just as an author, just in life, because again, we are thrown into situations that create the fight, flight, or freeze situation. So face it, embrace it, purge it, replace it. Remember that catchphrase when it comes to dealing with fears. Knocking down those barriers. Don't let anything stop you from moving forward with your business, especially as an author, because you are an author brand, you are a professional, you are an entrepreneur. Embrace your entrepreneurship, because It's a wonderful thing to be able to be in charge of your own business. You are an entrepreneur. Even if you have a 9 to 5 job and you wrote your book on nights and weekends, you've published a nonfiction book, you're a professional. So just embrace that, all right? You are the CEO of you. It's my other catchphrase. You are the CEO of you, so make great business decisions, all right? And doing an audiobook is one great way to get your product out there. Not only your audiobook out there, but people will also discover you as an author and also see your ebook, paperback, and hardcover as well. And that can also boost some sales for you with your other products, all right? You as an author are the brand, your products are your ebook, paperback, hardcover, and of course, your audiobook. All right, so that's just what I wanted to share with you today on Coffee Chat. Again, join me for my podcast. We do this every Thursday with the Your Book, Your Voice podcast. Tonight's episode, of course, is called I Believe. Do you really? Join me for that tonight. Again, we do it live. All right, we do it live. And that's really important because I want you to get involved, and you can call in the show, you can comment, and we can have a great discussion together about our topic of believing in yourself and building confidence in your voice. All right. So with that, my friends, I'm going to wrap things up here for Coffee Chat. Thank you so much. I'll make some adjustments here. Sorry about the technical situation. I really have not been able to resolve that yet. I've reached out to my streaming platform without any solutions yet. So still trying to get that figured out, but which is a real drag because I really, this is like, what's the third week in a row that LinkedIn's crashed. It's really bumming me out. But anyway, go out there, my friends. Have a great day. Have a great week. Join me for my podcast tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific time on the Bold Brave TV YouTube channel. And when you're out and about, my friends, smile at a stranger. Say hello to them, give them a compliment, because that small gesture of kindness can make the world of difference in somebody's life. So be good humans. All right, we're going to say goodbye to our YouTube friends first. Thank you so much for tuning in.